What's going on, you guys? This is Erick Vaughn. How you guys doing? The family cash machine out there. I'm trying to hold this thing a little straight because I noticed that I move around too much. I got to try to keep a steady camera here for you guys so you don't get a headache trying to watch me. Yeah, so what's going on, you guys? This is Erick Vaughn coming to you guys live from Los Angeles, California, City of Angels. Los Angeles, California, Los Angeles County. That's why they call it La. But anyway, you guys, I'm here to talk to you guys again. Woo, it's a little dark. Let me see if I can keep the light on the subject. I'm here to talk to you guys again about what? Money. Who don't want to talk about money? I don't know why a person would not want to learn about money. You know, and I'm going to tell you guys this right here. Some of the things that we teaching on the Family Cash Machine, not some, most of everything we teach has not been taught in school. So don't take this lightly, like, oh, he's talking about money. It's just, oh, I know about money. No, you don't know about money. Most of us have not been taught the real truth about money. And that's done by design. Because to keep you in the dark is to be able to exploit you. Now, what do I mean by that? I mean by, first of all, you know, I got young teenagers, I got kids, and they don't know nothing about credit. And now some of them are at the age where they're 18, they have credit. But how do we learn about credit? By messing up our credit. Why do you have to learn by mistake? This is not how it is in wealthy families. And some of you guys think, well, I'm not wealthy. Well, you'll never be wealthy if you don't learn how to manage credit, if you don't know how to manage money, if you don't learn the definition of money, what money is, how money works. There's certain rules to the game. It doesn't matter if you are a professional football player. In order to become a professional football player, you're gonna have to learn the rules to the game, period. And you learn that when you're a what? Tiny mite, mighty mite, pee-wee, junior bantam, midget. You know, through your Pop Warner, you learn about the rules of the game. That's just how it's done. So I like this little background, kind of tropical here, like a little wilderness going on and stuff like that. So yeah, I'm at a park at a barbecue with some friends and close friends of mine, and they wanted me to come, and we're sitting here barbecuing at a park. But anyway, you have to learn the rules to the game, and just because you don't know the rules to the game doesn't mean that the rules don't apply. The rules do apply. Everything you want to do, there has rules. Whether you want to be street thug, whether you want to be a banker, whether you want to be a Wall Street guy, investment banker, whether you want to be a pimp, whether you want to be a drug dealer, no matter what you're trying to be, there's rules to the game. And the problem I'm seeing with the youngsters, with a lot of the youth, and I don't like to sound cliche-ish, you know, the problem with the youngsters, you know, you hear it a lot, because I'm one of the persons who actually tried to interact with our youth. I don't just sit going, look at them youngsters. You know, you see a lot of people do that. But what I try to do is interact with them and give them knowledge. I try to impart on them knowledge. And what I'm noticing is you can't come into this generation with just throwing innuendos at them. You have to plant seeds. You know, you drop little subtleties and then you let them kind of, you know, what is a seed? When you drop a seed, you don't see it pop up right away. You drop that seed, and then after a while, that seed gets a little nurturing, a little water, it gets a little warmth, and then after a while you see results. So that's kind of what I do with the youngsters. I kind of drop little seeds because, you know, some of this generations have not had any guidance, so they don't really respect authority. So you have to learn how to be wise with them, okay? Because every human being has some sense of curiosity, okay? So, you know, and I'm gonna leave it at that. But anyway, the point is you gotta know the rules of the game. There's rules to the game, there's rules to money, there's rules to business, there's rules to success, there's rules to being rich, there's rules to being wealthy, there's rules. And this is what the Family Cash Machine is teaching you guys, the rules to the game. I like that, the rules to the game. Because business is a game. Business is strategies. Business is mindset. Business is it's like chess. you know, or the art of war. So I tell people all the time, the people in the family cash scene that follow us, I tell them to learn the art of war. And when you're reading the art of war, think about business. When you read The Prince, Machiavelli, think about business. And apply that to your business, those strategies. And this is some of the keys to success. There's a book called The 48 Laws of Power. I would recommend all you guys to read that as well. There's a book called Think and Grow Rich. That's one of the major books that all business people read around the world. And you know, it's funny because I've been in a couple of small little Latin countries, and I ask people about that book, how you doing? And they don't know anything about it. It's like, how is it that you haven't heard of Think and Grow Rich? Well, guess what, you guys? That's a part of oppression. Oppression is suppressing information and keeping information under-discovered, okay, and not discovered, and just keeping it a veil over information. That's how you suppress people. That's how you oppress people. And so in a lot of these small countries, they don't have access to the information that you guys have access to. And this is why there's oppression. Knowledge is light. And I was talking to a person the other day, and I said, wherever there's light and motion and water, there's life. I don't care what planet it's on. Anywhere where there's light, water, and motion, there's the potential of life. That's a lot of wisdom in that. So let's reverse that. Okay, let's say let's reverse it. Let's say there's no light, there's lack of light. Light is voided, motion is voided, and there is water. Okay? Well, that's called stagnation. Whenever you see water that's stagnant, it's sitting still, and it has the lack of light. Well, let's apply that to the spiritual realm. Light is knowledge. Light is information. And when one gets light, guess what? They move. When you learn something or when you get some kind of information, it forces you to move in accord to what you know. And some information gives you motivation and inspiration. That's light. Light makes the planets move. Now, why are we talking about this with money? Why are we talking about this with money? What does this got to do with money? I'm giving you the rules. I'm giving you a universal law and applying it to money. Okay? One of the universal laws is this. The sun is light, hits the planets, and when it hits the planet, it spins the planets. Interesting. So you mean the planets and motion is a reaction of light. I don't mean to go too deep on this stuff. A lot of this, I'm telling you guys, because this is a kind of a mindset training right now, because, you know, our people are messed up, man. Our mindsets are just, we don't want knowledge. We don't want to learn nothing. We want to learn by trial and error. Why do you have to always learn by error? Why do we have to always learn by getting our heads bashed in? We have to learn to respond to light. We have to learn to respond to knowledge. I'm giving you guys a rule, not the rule. So when you say the rule, then you're saying, this is it. That's not what I'm saying. This is a rule. A rule in making money is you have to acquire knowledge. Now, I had a huge argument with a person, not really a huge argument, but I had a dialogue with a person at the gym, and she does taxes. And she's trained in a certain mindset for you to pay. Okay, now I'm not saying don't pay taxes. I'm saying the people who have mastered business and have become successful understands the rules of engagement in that war called taxes. Because that's a war going on with that, okay? So people who have success and wealth, they have professional people who know how to manipulate their circumstances to pay the less taxes, okay? That's how that goes. So people who are, how you doing, man? Fine.
You look so familiar, man. I always see you too.
Oh, yes. How you doing, man?
Yeah, that's what we do.
Oh, yes, sir. So the people who are very successful, they pay these tax experts to, I don't want to say the word, But yeah, I'm gonna say the word, manipulate. Manipulate their taxes. But it's legal, but it's knowledge. It's light. That knowledge is the light that allows them to move a certain way. Wow, this is interesting. This is interesting. You cannot be successful without some type of spiritual law and spiritual rules in effect. Okay? Now, being that my people are very, very animated, motivated, inspired to people, that means you're spiritual. Wow. So if you're spiritual, how are you going to be successful without spirituality? Now, I'm standing right down the street within blocks from where Nipsey Hussle got killed. Now, if you really listen to Nipsey Hussle's lyrics, if you listen to Tupac lyrics, these brothers were spiritual, man. They had a lot of spirituality going on, you know. But being a spiritual person, being a person that moves on a higher level, you're in a constant battle because this world moves on a lower level. But again, back to money. What does this got to do with money? It has a lot to do with money. Because real successful business people, they move with their instincts and they apply a lot of universal laws in the way they move. If you read Think and Grow Rich, this book has a lot of universal laws. A lot of laws on how to think. A lot of laws on how to create your team. A lot of laws on how to use people in certain expertise to get to where you're going. It has a lot of rules on failure. There's 31 causes of failure. And I missed that my first 5 or 6 times reading Think and Grow Rich. I missed the 31 rules of failure or something like that. And I don't know how I missed that, because I know how I missed it. Because when you're trying to become successful, you want to know all the keys to success. You want to know all the things to do right. You want to learn those habits. You want to learn a lot of different things that people do to become successful, but you don't really focus on your failures. If you focus on your failures, then that is now putting you on the road of perfection. This is another spiritual law. Failure is not failure if you examine it properly. It's a lesson. Failure is the price that you pay for success. Most of us want to be successful, but we don't want the trials and tribulations. We don't want the tests. We don't want to fail. We don't want the struggle that comes with it. And anything good, this is a spiritual law, anything good, anything worth getting comes with a price. Woo! What price are you willing to pay to be successful? I left office at 2 o'clock in the morning last night, and I was there at 8 o'clock this morning. Actually, 7:30. Because I'm working on something. I'm putting a message together for you guys. I'm putting together classes. I'm putting together things that can help uplift my people out of the condition they're in. And to do that, it's going to require of me sacrifice. But guess what? There's a lot of money coming with that, but it's also a reward in helping other people make money. See, it's not just about me making money no more. I've been a hustling all my life since I was 13. I've been an entrepreneur my whole life. I think I worked a job 2 years of my life, and I've lived pretty lavish. I've been out the country several times. I've just purchased my 7th Mercedes-Benz. I mean, I've done pretty well. I put 3 kids through college. 1, 2, 3, 4, actually. I may not look like it, but I'm doing pretty well because I am in control of my own destiny. And that's power. And it's not power that I have, it's power we all have. And we never ask the question, am I powerful enough to control my own destiny? Yes, you are. You're powerful enough to control your own destiny, but you gotta first think outside of the box. Because if you're trying to be safe, you're gonna be normal like everybody else. You're gonna be able to pay your bills, you're gonna be safe, you're gonna be, everything's gonna happen for you, as far as cars and house and all that. But if you really wanna make real money, you gotta take real risk. And in order to make real money, you take real risk, but you're also gonna take some real loss. You're gonna take some real spankings and some butt whoopings. But that's a part of your journey. That's a part of your lessons. That's a part of your growth. And so there was a young kid that asked me at a convention I went to. He said, man, this young 20-year-old kid, remind me of my kids. And he said, give me some keys to success. What is it to become successful? And I said, first of all, you gotta be willing to take an ass whooping. you got to be willing to lose. You got to be willing to fail. And you can't let the failures stop you. You have to learn from that, pick up the pieces, figure out where you went wrong, and try it again. And then try it again. And then try it again. Because eventually you're gonna succeed at that. Stay focused, but don't be afraid to fail. Fear is the thing that keeps us from becoming successful, because we're afraid of what people are gonna say. People are gonna talk about you, make fun of you. That's a part of the price of success. So I told him, don't be afraid to fail. I told him failure is good. Because the Wright brothers, they knew they were gonna fail several times. So they bought a field. This is kind of interesting. A huge field just to fall and fall and fall and fall until they figured out how to glide. There's a lot of wisdom in that. So they bought the field in preparation to fail and fail and fail in order to eventually fly. After thousands and thousands of failures, eventually they got it right. So there's a lot of wisdom in that, okay? So remember, don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to lose, because business is a risk. I don't give a care how solid the investment sounds. It's a risk. Every investment is a risk. But the more knowledge you get, the more information you get, the more light you shine on the subject, the more you lessen the risk. You're now making more of a calculated risk because you have more light, more clarity as to what the dynamics of what's going on, okay? So again, know the rules of the game. Family Cash Machine is a group of people we created 3 years ago, myself and several other people. And we wanted to enlighten the black community, the Hispanic community, because we are the downtrodden. We are the ones who are the consumers. We are the ones that have the hugest, largest buying power in the country. But we are the ones that don't own nothing. We are the ones that are exploited. We are the ones who are manipulated. We are the ones who are not productive, not producers. So again, we're bringing this message to our people because we have the most power, and we are the ones that use our power the least, and we are exploited in a way that manipulates us from acquiring power. Woo! This is not about money all the time, it's about power. Money is a demonstration of power, but you got to know the rules and the laws of the game of money in order to become masters of money. Okay? So again, the Family Cash Machine is teaching generational wealth, and we're teaching you how to position yourself to start making the kind of money that you dream of. Start changing your life. Start going for your dreams, creating your dreams, learning how to network with people and create the thoughts that will manifest your dreams, because dreams do pay if you can get them right, if you can get them to cash. You can make your dreams cash out, okay? But you have to stay focused. You can't be afraid to fail. And then I told the young man that, again, you know, take risk. You got to take risk. You got to take a lot of risk, and the bigger the risk, the bigger the failure. But the bigger the risk, the bigger the capital. So with that, that's what I told him. Those are 2 rules I gave him to become successful, and to surround himself around people who are doing the things that he wants to do or aspiring to do the things that he wants to do. Put yourself around a circle of individuals that you could extract from, that you could mimic, that you can, because I'm gonna tell you something. If something's working for 4 or 5 people, and they're doing a certain repetitious thing every day, it'll work for you. Because there's a probable cause there. If it's working 4 times, then why wouldn't it work for you? Okay? So I have learned to put myself around people who I want to be like, or who are doing things that have the results that I want. Okay? So that's something that I told the young man, and he appreciated it. And that's taken me a long way. There's a lot of other rules to success. But again, you guys, it's a pleasure talking to you guys. I haven't done videos in a while. I've been working. You know, it's great to manifest things. It's great to think of manifestation and to meditate on what you want. But at some point, you got to get off your ass and get out, and you got to get it. You got to get off your ass and you got to create it. Okay, of course it's great to pray. Of course it's great to meditate. But it's not going to just happen on meditation alone. You have to, your action and accords have to be in accord to your mind and your vision and your dreams. So with that, you guys, I'm going to sign out. This is Erick Vaughn. I hope you guys got something valuable out of this. And, you know, I teach myself sometimes, you know, when I talk to you guys. I know that sounds kind of crazy, but sometimes when I'm talking, sometimes when I'm teaching, I have to study. I have to research what I'm talking about. And the best way to learn is to teach, because now you got to go and dig up questions that you might have. You have to be able to respond to questions that other people may have. So the best way to learn is to teach. And so again, that's why I said that, is I'm teaching myself as well as teaching you guys, because my life is a journey just like it is for yours. Yes, I've been successful twice in my life, but I failed a gang of times, a bunch of times. And, you know, and there's been times when people laughed at me. There's been times when family members mocked me. Hell, when I got my divorce, that was the most funniest time of my life, probably to my ex-wife. But guess what? I got the last laugh, because I'm still struggling. I'm still making it. I'm still making successes. I'm still growing. I'm still creating businesses. I'm still dreaming. Nobody killed my dreams. And that's the whole important thing. Don't let anyone ever destroy your ability to dream and to manifest, or to even envision what you want to be in life. So with that, you guys, we're gonna sign on out. I can go ever and ever. As you guys can tell, I'm very passionate about, you know, this message of inspiration, motivation, mindset training, and understanding money and economics to a level where we can all become powerful. So with that, I'll sign off. It's Erick Vaughn. It's Family Cash Machine. And we're going to keep this thing going, you guys. Peace.